I'm Muth, as many of you probably already know. Any Slut Pitters here? Hi. Sorry, I've been absent. Yeah, I'm going to do a video, rather two videos on thrifting. As you can probably see from the title, this is going to be a two-part video. This is part one, where I'm going to talk about why I started getting interested in thrifting and why I'm now very much into it, and my reasons for thrifting. And the next part is going to be showing you some of my favorite finds that I've accumulated within the last year and a half. So yeah, I'm hoping you stick around and watch the other part as well, because there are some great finds in there that I really want to show off. But yeah, why thrifting and why did I get into it? Well, I'm probably going to come off as sounding a bit like a bitch, and I do apologize because I'm not, and I mean no harm. This is just my experience, my personal experience, and my thoughts on it, and you're completely welcome to disagree with me. But, well, the Gothic subculture and alternative subculture, I've never been a really big part of it, like IRL here physically, or that very active a part online. I've always sought out videos and other websites and stuff, and I always loved looking into it, and it was always something that really spoke to me aesthetic wise, and I knew that that's how I wanted to present myself, but it took many years before I actually started slowly beginning to present myself in more Gothic aesthetic and more Gothic fashion. And I've just recently discovered a band called Faith and the Muse, and I've listened to a few songs, and so far, yes. Again, for many years I've loved the alternative culture. I found Emily Autumn online, and I loved her whole aesthetic, and started looking into it. I found websites, I found users on Polywar when that was still active, that had these amazing Gothic sets. I found videos on YouTube of other people who had the same aesthetic doing like their makeup and hair and stuff, and I really loved it, but actually starting to present myself in that way took a long time. And I've never been like that active, doing a lot of comments and engaging with the community in that sense. I've just pretty much kept to myself in many ways in that aspect. But I always enjoyed it, and even though I wasn't very active, I always felt like this is home for me in a way. Felt very comfortable there. And I started following videos from Gothic YouTubers who are no longer active. I wish some of them still had the videos up because they were absolutely amazing and so inspiring, and they made me so happy. Synthetic Dolex was one of them, Kill Natalie was another one, and Christiana One and Only, I think she had another name before, I don't remember. Yeah, and I got a big nostalgia trip recently when another Gothic YouTuber actually made a video about them. I'll put her video down below so that you can see it. And I sort of realized how much the Gothic YouTube community had changed, like the big channels especially. And it all had to do with materialism. So you have these big Gothic clothing brands who, first of all, great, there are actually clothing brands now that are very mainstream that make stuff that caters to the Gothic community, which is nice. It makes it easier to, find a piece that fits into your wardrobe, so yes. But they had taken over. I have no idea if you guys can hear that, but some very noisy people just walked by outside. I can suddenly hear that. They're still noisy. Well, I'm just gonna continue because fuck them. Where did I stop? Oh yeah, with with these brands. Again, I think it's great that it's easier to find stuff now that fit into our aesthetic and our wardrobe. So that's nice. If they had been around when I first got into the whole this Gothic aesthetic and subculture, and my wardrobe would have looked a lot different because I had no idea where to buy clothes, and I'm not one to buy a lot of clothes off on the internet. Like, I've never bought a clothing item online because I really do not think that it will fit me unless I've actually tried it on. So I'm very skeptical of that. But I have bought like jewelry and bags and hair dye. So yeah, I do have a couple of pieces from one of these brands, though to be fair, I do not see this particular brand that really being part of the unboxings and show and tell and sponsored videos in the Gothic community. So yeah, again, I do own a few pieces, and will I ever start buying from these brands? No, absolutely not. If they come out with a piece where I'm like, this is amazing, this is just me, I need this in my life, I'll probably save up for it and I'll buy it, and it's going to be fine. Like, no harm, no foul. What I object to is the fact that at some point these new big Gothic YouTube channels, watching them, I actually became very depressed, and it started to have an effect on my self-esteem and self-worth and my sense of belonging in the subculture, because I got a sense that if I did not have a closet only featuring these brands, I was not welcome, and I was not, well, darkly inclined or goth, whatever you want to call me. I was not allowed to be who I feel like I am and express that through my appearance. And I also got the feeling that if I do not dress to goth to the nth degree, or like extreme fashion, makeup and hair all the time, again, then I would not belong and I would not be welcome. And fortunately, I'm now at an age where I could recognize those feelings, and I was able to stop in my tracks and say, hey, this is not okay. This is not okay for me. And I made a decision. I unsubscribed from all those channels, and I started looking through other Gothic or darkly inclined YouTubers, and I actually ended up finding a lot of smaller channels who were showing us off stuff from H&M and recently Shein, I think it's pronounced, where you can get like cheap, affordable clothing that's not necessarily goth, that you can goth up very easily. And I also found a lot of thrifting, which is something that I had been interested in the past, and I really wish that I was good at and I could do, but it had always been very overwhelming and I never had much luck with it. So I just sort of gave up. So there were two YouTubers who ended up giving me the kick in the bum that I needed to take the plunge and actually try thrifting again, and I'm very happy that I watched their videos, because I do more thrifting now that I go to the high street regular mainstream stores. And I saved a lot of money, and I have pretty much a new wardrobe, which I needed, because I needed a basic wardrobe that I could use for with everyday items that I could goth up. And yeah, I'm very happy that I watched those videos and that they made those videos. So yeah, the first YouTuber that I'm gonna mention is Angela Benedict, and she has a lot of amazing thrifting videos and thrifting hauls, and I really love her videos. They're very inspiring fashion-wise for me, and it's also a lot of fun to hear her stories from being a goth in the 90s, where I was just a teeny tiny kid. And in one of her videos she talked about what kind of items that she and her friends would look for in the thrift stores, and I sort of put that in the back of my mind, so when I went looking, I kind of knew what I was looking for. and I actually found an item that she mentioned, and I was so happy that I found it. Yeah. And also her lookbook videos are really inspiring, because she has the kind of style that's more everyday appropriate, where you don't have to wear high heels and corsets and stuff, and you know, have the highest teased hair and lots of makeup on, to still present yourself in a way that's very dark and gothic and very beautiful. So I love that. The second YouTuber is Mai Magi, or Mai Magi. She is a Danish YouTuber, and looking at what she has been able to find in Danish thrift stores was very inspiring. So she also gave me the kick in the backside again to start thrifting. I will say though that one thing, a video I wished I had watched a lot earlier of hers, talked about the Salvation Army. I did make the mistake of going to the Salvation Army a couple of times before I found out what a horrible organization they actually are and what the money goes to. So I do have some clothes from there. I'm not gonna throw it out because they already have my money, and clothes is fine. It's not the clothes' fault, it's the Salvation Army. So I don't go there anymore, and fortunately there are other thrift stores in my area that are 100 times better. My local one that I go to the most often actually supports local charities. So the money I spent there go to the local outreach cafe as well as local scouts. So I know what my money there spent on, and I like that. So yeah, those two had the biggest impact on me regarding the thrifting. And again, both of them have great lookbooks that catered more to me, because again, when it comes to the looking over the top gothic and fabulous and amazing, again, if you can do that 24/7 and it works for you and everything, do it, enjoy it, have fun, all the props to you. Doesn't work for me. I do own corsets, I do have high heels, but on an everyday basis I need something comfortable and something a bit more laid back. Also with the hair, I don't like to put a lot of product in my hair. So either I have it down or I have it in a ponytail. I just recently had to have a lot of it cut off, so but once it grows longer again, the pigtails are gonna come back. I'm gonna do some braids again, so but yeah, I don't put a lot of product into my hair. And I used to tease my hair a lot. I don't really do that anymore, though maybe I should, because it did look amazing. Also with makeup, I don't like to have a lot of makeup on my skin. Right now I have a bit of tinted primer and a bit of eyeshadow and some mascara and a little bit of lipstick, but yeah, I don't like having heavy makeup on because I'm not comfortable in it, and I don't like the feel of it on my skin. I'm very sensitive regarding to how the makeup feels on my skin, how the clothes feels on my skin as well. I cannot deal with heavy clothing items. If a clothing item is very heavy, I do not like wearing it. The only exception being my winter coat, because I need a thick woolen winter coat here in Denmark because it gets really cold. But other than that, I prefer lighter fabrics, and then I tend to layer my clothes a lot, especially during winter. So when it comes to my closet, some people who are completely brainwashed by these companies and that particular part of the community might mistakenly think that, again, like I was starting to think that you cannot be a part of this if you're not gothed up to the extreme and only wearing these brands. So a person like that might look at my thrift haul and think, those are not gothic items. What the F is she thinking about? But they are for me, and they work wonders for me. And they fit into my style of goth and how I want to present myself as a goth. Mai Magi, one among her videos that I really love, she has a Moonchild lookbook, which is all white and light colored clothing, and it looks so beautiful. And some of the outfits, I'm like, you could be like a gothic kind of elf. It looks amazing, and I really want to. I love the color white, and I really want to incorporate white items into my closet as well. Again, they work very well with black clothing, but they also work very well on their own, as she showcases in that lookbook video. And also Angela Benedict, she recently did a small Shein haul where she wore this amazing red dress. And I just looked at that dress and I was like, that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It was so striking and had a Victorian Gothic feel to it, and it was very, very sexy. It looked amazing on her, especially with her long black hair, just yes. So I don't mind putting colors into my wardrobe. I do not mind having items that are not all black. I do not mind having items that might not be considered goth when you first look at them, because you can mix them up with other items and give them a gothic feel and aesthetic that caters to you and your own personal aesthetic. And yeah, that's what you do when you go to non-gothic stores and buy clothing items and such that are not exactly goth, but you can goth them up very easily. And one of the things that I do not buy at thrift stores are hosiery or pantyhoses. And my favorite pantyhoses comes from a brand called Pamela Man, and they have these very, very beautiful gothic designs that I absolutely love. And a pair of those gothic themed pantyhoses with a dress or a skirt and a pair of regular black boots, you're golden. It just goths up the outfit instantly. So it's still things that you can do. And I have more money to buy pantyhoses with gothic patterns on them now that my clothes are thrifted. Am I going to go the Mai Magi route and go 100% thrifting and slow fashion? No. I do not think that would be completely possible for me. At least not now. So my goal right now is to go 50-50, and then hopefully one day I'll be able to go 75-25 thrifting, and who knows, maybe out in the future I'll be able to go 100%. But right now my goal is 50-50, and so far I think I've accomplished that. So yeah, that was part 1 of the video. Ooh, one thing I should mention, I do not think that these YouTubers are bad people. Please, if you have any idea about who they might be, don't go harass them, don't go say mean things about them or anything like that, because I do not know them personally. I do not know if they have any evil intention and aspirations, and if they do, you know what, we need a bit of villainy in our lives, don't we not? But I do not think they're bad people. I do not think they are trying to make everyone else feel depressed and sad about their wardrobes on purpose. I do not think so. They're living their lives how they want to live it, and that's fine. I just don't want to be a part of it, and that's all it is. So stay tuned for part 2, where I show you my all-time favorite thrifting finds from the last year and a half. And yeah, hopefully it's going to inspire you to go to your own local thrift stores and see what you can find. So yeah, hopefully that part of the video will not be as long as this one, because I rambled on for quite a bit, I can see. But yeah, have fun and see you in the next one.